We'll need the attendance at the end, please.
Creativity is not just an ability, it's rather a habit of great thinkers. To create great things, one needs a creative outlook, and only an innovative mind harvests great ideas. We welcome you all to an event dedicated to the community of great creative thinkers. A very good afternoon, everyone present here.
Atal Tinkering Labs, as a part of Atal Innovation Mission, has been one such great initiative emerged from the minds of great thinkers and associates of Niti Aayog, which gave a welcome opportunity to trigger the creativity of young prolific minds who have the capacities to revolutionize the world.
And we are glad to be part of the initiative where our school fruitfully serves as a part of a community of great thinkers, contributing their efforts to serve a community to produce ideas that can bring a change. 14th April every year is celebrated as Atal Community Day on the occasion of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's birth anniversary, for he served Indian community of marginalized and worked for their upliftment. Today, we are thus celebrating the ATL Community Day, paying our homage to his efforts and contributing our little in the community services.
A wholehearted welcome to the esteemed dignitaries present amongst us on this great day. I am much pleased to welcome our school director, Sir Shri V.B. Gupta ji, Principal Sir Mr. Vivid Gupta, Headmistress Ma'am Ms. Kavita Mehrotra, and the school's senior wing head Ms. Neha Gupta Ma'am, along with all our academic coordinators. Thank you so much for your presence.
We would also like to welcome our audience, students and teachers from our school who have joined in to be part of this event. Thank you so much, everyone, to be part of this momentous event. We are glad and delighted to have you all here. Bal Bhavan Public School has been into several sorts of community services since the time of its inception, be it the celebration of Earth Day, spreading awareness regarding pollution, anti-firecracker rallies, joining hands with HelpAge India, or working for underprivileged. The school has left no stone unturned to contribute its maximum to serve its communities.
We equally dedicate this day to our late founder chairman Shri G.C. Lagan for the ideologies of goodness before greatness he instilled in all of us. He was himself a visionary who thought beyond his realms and had been a creative thinker, much advanced from his times in terms of thought and ideas, and was equally concerned about contributing towards the community service.
The intent of Atal Community is to create great communities and inspire great minds. Creativity and exploring new ideas have always pulsated in our nerves, and ETLs have further tickled our inquisitive brains to think unique.
Our Honorable Director Sir has always extended his support in fulfilling our ideas and giving us wings to fly further. He has always tutored us to be learners and excel in all positive genres that comes in our ways, and to be the torch bearers in bringing constructive changes in the world and mold our ways to be valuable to our community and society.
Our principal, sir, has given us freedom to discover, an insight to introspect, add colors to our wings, and dive in all genres. His advanced vision and positive energy is dispersed in all his associates, and thus, together, we all try to be active and agile in adding our little to our vicinities.
Owing to the significance of the day, we are glad that we have ventured and explored great ideas despite all the challenges we have come across. And we are still beautifully proceeding ahead for yet another advantageous year 2021.
Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar had been an intellectual par excellence who formulated the Indian Constitution best of its time and regally ahead of its time. The Indian Constitution gave freedom to each community in India to breathe freely and act freely, and so does our school, which supports and equips each one to explore and advance to be beneficial to the society. Adult Tinkering Community is a community of people who create creative and add to 21st century advancements, seeking solutions to the day-to-day problems through their unique outlook.
As a contribution to the same, few of our school students, along with their guide teachers, pioneered different projects and visited certain NGOs. Today, we'll try to learn from their experience and introspect upon our little roles that we can fulfill as our contribution to the society.
We shall begin with the visit undertaken by Prisha Jain, Gargi Bharadwaj, Shruti Agarwal and Anushka Sinha of class 10th D, under the guidance of Mamta Ma'am and Hayat Ma'am, TGT Science, where they visited an NGO, Rahat, in East Delhi and contributed their services. Let's watch a video of their visit.
गवर्नमेंट ने स्कूल चलाए हैं या जो पब्लिक स्कूल भी होते हैं उनमें एक लैब होती है अटल टिंकरिंग लैब। उनका मेन फोकस होता है कि जो सोसाइटी में कुछ भी इश्यूज हैं चाहे वो एनवायरनमेंट से रिलेटेड हो चाहे किसी को कोई प्रॉब्लम हो उससे रिलेटेड हो तो उसे सॉल्व करने के लिए होता है राइट। अब तो इसी को हम लोग जब कम्युनिटी लेवल पे सेलिब्रेट करना है तो हम लोग आपको यहाँ पे जो हमारे इन्वायरमेंटल इश्यूज बहुत सारे होते हैं उनमें से एक इशू है प्लास्टिक राइट। तो हम उसी से रिलेटेड आपको आज एक पेपर बास्केट बनवाएंगे क्योंकि हम सबको पता है कि पेपर को हम किस तरीके से रिसाइकल कर सकते हैं हमें ये सब कुछ सीखना चाहिए क्योंकि ये हमारे एनवायरमेंट के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्पफुल होने वाला है। तो पहले हम पेपर बास्केट बनाएंगे फिर उसके बाद हम आपको बताएंगे कि हमें हमारे की आर्ट होते हैं जो हमारे लिए मतलब हमारे एनवायरमेंट को कंट्रोल करने में मैं के साथ बना रही हूँ आप लोगों को दिखाती रहूँगी आप साथ साथ चलते रहेंगे मेरे साथ। तो आपको सबसे पहले 6 स्टिक्स लेनी है। आप 6 स्टिक्स को ऐसे ऐसे लगाओ। आप सारे लोग एक एक ग्रुप में आ जाओ ना।
Hello everyone, myself Gargi Bharadwaj and the experience that I've witnessed by helping the underprivileged children was really very great as they were very interactive and so the session also became very interactive and we got to know many things about their interest and they were also interested in what we were teaching them, so it was really overall it was really very good.
A visit to an organization like Robin Hood Academy is always a life-changing experience as you get a chance to meet and help those unprivileged children who really need your help and support. There were many talented students from the age 5 to 13 years, and there we taught them some interesting science projects like paper baskets. Our aim for teaching them those science projects was that we wanted them to become aware about their environment and some issues related to it, but in an interesting and fun way.
Indeed, it was a great experience spending time with the children of community and teaching them the basics of science through paper craft which we had made with them. I have made paper basket with them and through the paper basket I was able to make them understand the waste management importance of trees and 3 Rs. And now they know how important are trees for our mother earth. And they will also not waste paper, instead they will make crafts like this out of paper.
Indeed, it must have been a delighting experience to visit there and guide children who never explored the mystical world of creativity. So now I request the team to please share their experience with us.
Good morning. Today, I, Prisha Jain of class 10th, am here to share my experience of Atal Community Day. It was a wonderful experience, and I would like to express my gratitude to my mentors, Miss Hayat ma'am and Miss Mamta ma'am, for guiding me through each stage. The members of my group were Gadi, Shruti, and Anushka. We came up with the concept of tinkering with the minds of small and underprivileged children, and we decided to create something that would benefit the children. As a result, we came up with the idea of the newspaper basket. We went to a school named Rahat East Delhi School and taught the kids how to make newspaper baskets. We chose to create the paper basket because it was made from newspaper, which is eco-sustainable, and it turned out to be a best out-of-waste activity because something as ordinary as a newspaper was transformed into a unique object such as a newspaper basket that the children can use to store their stationery products. I would also like to show you the model that we prepared. We learned a lot of new things. The learning outcomes were that we learned about the Atal Community Day, and I felt very fortunate to be able to help the community's children. We also learned about various uses of paper, which we term as miracles of paper. We learned to make paper bridges, paper baskets, and a lot more things. I and my teammates tried our best to innovate and tinker the minds of children. At last, I would like to thank my school for such an opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prisha. Your experience had been really inspiring and no doubt a great service of providing little happiness and joy to the little kids who otherwise lead monotonous lives.
Moving ahead, yet another visit was undertaken by Gauri Vadera of class 10th A under the guidance of Nitika ma'am PGT Physics. They visited Lakshmi Nagar under an NGO Robin Hood Academy, where they taught little children how to light an LED on a breadboard, which could help them in transforming their life in future by triggering their interest towards the field of circuit. Let's watch a video of their experience.
आज आप सबको एलईडी जलाना सिखाऊंगी इससे ठीक है एलईडी लाइक आपने बल्ब
Can you please replay the video? I think it's not visible. The screen is closed.
और उसमें कम
Hey, Atman, please replay the video. Tech team, please manage it. I have to wait. I think the screen is still not live. Atman will have to wait. I think the screen is still not live. Please replay it.
No, sir, now it's working.
Now it's working. You can play it now.
Shall I play it again? I'm replaying.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
please.
play, ma'am.
मैं आज आप सबको एलईडी जलाना सिखाऊंगी इससे ठीक है एलईडी लाइक आपने बल्ब तो देखा ही होगा एलईडी उसका स्मॉल वर्जन है और उसमें कम एनर्जी यूज होती है कम करंट लगता है तो अब ये क्या है इसको हम ब्रेडबोर्ड बोल रहे हैं ठीक है ब्रेडबोर्ड तो हमें इसको चलाने के लिए कोई स्टेज या प्लेटफॉर्म चाहिए जैसे आप डांस करते हो तो आप स्काई में तो डांस नहीं कर सकते तो वैसे ही ये एलईडी को जलाने के लिए हमें ब्रेडबोर्ड चाहिए होता है तो इससे पहले कि हम जलाएं हम ये देखेंगे इसमें लाइक आपको दिख रहा होगा कि एक बड़ी साइड और एक छोटी साइड है तो जो बड़ी साइड होती है वो पॉजिटिव होती है एनोड बोलते हैं उसे और जो छोटी होती है उसे कैथोड बोलते हैं और नेगेटिव होती है ठीक है तो अब हम इसको इसमें लगाएंगे और ये बैटरी होती है, बैटरी आप सबको पता होगा राइट। तो ये जस्ट हमने इसके ऊपर एक लगाया हुआ है ताकि हम इससे कनेक्ट कर सके इजीली। तो अब मैं इसमें लगाऊंगी। इसमें क्या होता है बेसिकली, ये वर्टिकली सारे कनेक्टेड होते हैं। तो अगर मैंने इसको फॉर एग्जाम्पल ये पॉजिटिव था, ये नेगेटिव था। जो रेड साइड होती है, देखो आप, ये वाली पॉजिटिव है, ये वाली नेगेटिव है। नेगेटिव, रेड, पॉजिटिव। तो अब हम इसको एक एलईडी को जलाने की कोशिश करते हैं। तो जो पॉजिटिव होता है वो रेड के साथ, जो नेगेटिव होता है वो ब्लैक के साथ। तो हम जलाएंगे। बेसिकली सीरीज में है, दो एलईडीज ली है हमने। अब हम इसके नेगेटिव को नेगेटिव से पॉजिटिव को पॉजिटिव से, तो अगर हम दोनों को कनेक्ट करते हैं तो दोनों जलते हैं। हमने इसको फर्स्ट एलईडी के पॉजिटिव से किया और इसको सेकेंड एलईडी की नेगेटिव से।
That must have been an extraordinary experience. So let's directly hear from Gauri Vadera what she learned through this stupendous experience.
Greetings everyone. So I hope that you were able to have a significant idea of the orphanage right from your homes. I used to see the stars at night, and yes, they shine so bright. But a few days ago, I saw the stars in their eyes. I'm talking about the orphans I met in the Robin Hood Academy's orphanage. I, Gauri Vadera of class 10th A, went to that orphanage to teach them to light up an LED. Our main motto was to light up LEDs, light up minds, and of course, light up their future. I think it would be really shallow to call them orphans because even they have God as their sole guardian. And most importantly, what I saw there were keen learners who were passionate about learning. Talking about my experience, I feel that it is worth cherishing. When I arrived at that place, the learners were gathering up, and when I accidentally overheard their conversation, they were returning from their workplaces, like one returned after household chores, the other cleaned the utensils, and some other washed clothes. This condition was not so very good, and the orphanage didn't even have a roof. The volunteers there taught them on maths. But then also they were so extremely enthusiastic and joined in any activity that was taken up, starting their day through a prayer and proceeding on with any activity that was taken up. I personally feel that they are the true example of learning, not for the sake of learning, but for achieving something greater in life. After I gave them the basic idea to light up the LED and about its components, they themselves started to light up the same on a breadboard and urged us to take the photos. I think the gleam in their eyes, the strange twinkle was something so great in itself that even that LED couldn't have given at that voltage. It was my first time meeting them all, but this strange bond of learning and making others learn is something that makes us connected. The whole journey was mesmerizing, and I so yearned to see those happy faces and shining smiles once again. I would like to present my gratitude to my teacher in charge, Ms. Nitika ma'am, for giving me this beautiful chance, and my school for providing me the implements needed to put this act for a good cause into fruition. I just hope that we as students will be able to change something and change the life of these orphans. No, these learners by doing our part at our own levels. In the end, I would just say that light does shine out of the darkness. So let's make it shine out. Thank you.
Thank you, Gauri. Under the guidance of Anju Ma'am, TGT Science, 4 of our school students, Ansh Singh, Priyanshu Kumar, Sakshi Alawat, and Lakshay Goyal, undertook a similar visit under the NGO Robin Hood Academy at Karkaduma slums. They had a joyous experience of teaching little kids how to make the creative DIY helicopter through a matchbox. and assembling simple circuits. Let's watch a video of their visit.
We're waiting for the video tech team.
Hayat ma'am.
Are we there? Hayat ma'am? I think she's got disconnected. Can we have somebody else? Okay.
Sir, she's sharing.
She's there.
Hayat ma'am, can you share it again?
Yes, we can't see the video, please.
The video is already playing. Is it not visible?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Is it now visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Ma'am, audio is not there.
इसको सपोर्ट मिल जाएगा अभी अपने इसको डेकोरेट भी कर सकते हो आप इसको डेकोरेट कर सकते हो कलर कर सकते हो एंड यहाँ से आप इलेक्ट्रिसिटी दो और ये चलने लगेगा ठीक है तार को ऐसे लगाएंगे तो हम तारों में तो चार्ज आ रहे हैं हां चार्ज आ रहे हैं अब इसमें जोड़ेंगे अगर बैटरी चल रही है तार उसको जोड़ेंगे मेरा माय नेम इज सौरभ मुझे ये सब सीखने में मजा आ रहा है एक हेलीकॉप्टर है इसे मैं सीख के
कैसे चलेगा ये?
अच्छा लगा
चलेगा कैसे?
बैट को चार्ज कर देंगे तो चलने लगेगा
कैसे बना देंगे बताओ?
बैटरी लगा देंगे नहीं पहले बैटरी में वो तार लगाएंगे इसमें लगाएंगे तो चलेगा
क्या लगा रखे अपने अंदर?
मोटर
ठीक है ये दोनों क्या है?
ये दोनों एक माचिस के
हाँ ठीक है 3, 2, 1
Now, I would like to request the team to share their experience with us.
Very warm greetings to respected principal sir, respected senior coordinator ma'am, respected headmistress ma'am, my dear teachers and all the viewers. Myself Ansh from class 9. I am here to share my experience of 4th April. The day we went to Robin Hood Army Academy, a roadside orphanage and study center for the underprivileged children. We wanted to share our knowledge with them so that they learned something new about technology. We tried to teach them something easy, technical and productive. We taught them how to make a small DIY helicopter. We also explained them the science behind the electric current, motors, and how it all works. We used a battery, some connecting wire, a motor, and commonly found waste material. In this way, they learned how to make best out of waste. We were very surprised seeing their smiling faces, which reflected the feeling of gratitude. They had eagerness to learn. We learned that sharing is caring, and sharing knowledge makes our knowledge more worthier and rich. So that was our small contribution on ATL Community Day. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ansh. Your experience certainly seems exciting. I would like to add here that the team also did another activity of teaching assembling of simple circuits to these kids. So let's watch a video.
Hayat ma'am, audio is not there. Share it again, including audio.
Hayat ma'am, I think you're muted. You will have to unmute yourself. We were not able to see the video. There wasn't any audio in the video. Please unmute yourself, ma'am, first, and then play.
Is it clear, sir? Is it visible now?
Hayat ma'am, can you play the video again?
Shit. Ma'am, just a minute.
Please add the audio.
Ma'am, is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
On the occasion of Atal Community Day, we are going to share our project's idea of tetrahedron lamp with unprivileged children of Robin Hood Academy.
I, Sakshi Agrawal and my friend Lakshmi Goyal have prepared a tetrahedron lamp using geometrical patterns. For making a tetrahedron lamp, we require pastel sheets, cutter, scissor, pencil, scale. And please remember that you need to cut pastel sheets into equilateral triangles for making a tetrahedron lamp.
And to glow this lamp, we have made a simple circuit using battery, LED and connecting wires.
माय नेम इज लक्ष्मी। आज मैंने लैंप बनाना सीखा पेपर से और मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा। थैंक यू।
Now, I would request Sakshya to please share his experience with us.
Good afternoon to my respected teachers and my dear friends. Before I proceed, I would firstly like to thank Honorable Principal Sir, who has provided us the brilliant chance to share our ideas with underprivileged students of Robin Hood Army Academy. I, Saksha Ehlawat, and my friend Lakshya Goyal of 9th Standard accompanied Anju ma'am to Karkaduma Court, where we found those children who were filled with great enthusiasm to learn new things. Our purpose of going there was not to prepare a video and come back, no, but our purpose was sharing our knowledge with them, and we greatly realized the feeling of joy of sharing. Now, let me explain our idea in brief. Firstly, we had cut some cuttings of equilateral triangles from pastel sheets, and then we drew some geometrical patterns on them. With the help of cutter, we had cut them and then pasted the four cuttings with the help of tape. Before pasting one of the triangles, we fixed a simple circuit consisting of battery, connecting wires and bulb in it, which can be used during Diwali to light our homes. To make children understand the making process of this lamp, we provided them some cuttings and prepared circuits and asked them to join it. We found that children were able to do this and they were quite excited during this all. They also agreed that they will use this tetrahedron lamp to light their homes. They also sentenced that it was easy to make and was also cheap. I personally feel satisfied and happy to visit there and share our knowledge with those children who really wanted to learn something and would also like to visit there again. And the main thing was that children found something useful for them in this project which is better for them as compared to costly bulbs that are sold in market. Thank you. Thank you, Sakshay. I believe teaching little kids who are really excited and enthusiastic to learn is all the more beautiful experience.
We appreciate the efforts of the concerned students and teachers who tried to contribute beautifully to the Atal Community Service. Now we have an exciting session with our school's ATL in charge, Rahul sir, PGT Chemistry, who shall take us through the mystical world of science through his presentations. So not taking much time, I request Rahul sir to please take the charge. Sir, please.
Good afternoon, Principal Sir, Headmistress Ma'am, Neha Ma'am, teachers, and my dear students. I'm here again celebrating Atal Community Day with all of you. So I was thinking to connect my hacks to this special day we are celebrating here. So after doing a lot of head storming, I think we call it हिंदी में बोलते हैं उसको कि अंधविश्वास. So the small experiments actually gives us an idea and take us away from all that belief system which actually in reality doesn't exist. So I have some hacks for you and I perform some activity and I have made my mind that I'll explain only 50% of them and I want you to apply your scientific logic to find out the answers of the rest. So there is a bottle, I hope it is visible to all of you, and there is a small balloon inside in it, and I'm going to blow it and then I will ask you what is actually happening here. So you can see that the balloon is there. So I'll try to reduce the volume of the balloon by doing some magic. So let's see if the volume is. Let me take out the volume of the balloon out of. Okay, the volume is reducing now. My God, I've just taken out the thread and the volume is reduced. So this is the activity. I want you to find out the answer of the same. I'll repeat it. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. So we'll see today the path of light. It's like when like I was a child, I was always looking for the answers that what light is all about. Light क्या होती है? when I studied Newton's, I got to know that light is particle. But when I studied Huygens and Young's, I got to know that light is a wave. So it has a dual character. We'll not explain that. I'll not explain that what dual character is, but we'll see what light is, how the light path can be determined. So let's see if you'll be able to see the path of the light or not. We'll be having a dark room now, and I have the laser light with me. This is the laser light you can see behind me, and there's a glass of water in my hand, and I'm trying to show you the path of light. If it is visible to you, please let me know. Can you see the path of light? I don't think so. You cannot see the path of light because it is transparent medium, right? Now let me add 1 drop of milk into it. Let me switch on the light so that I can show you that I'm adding only 1 single drop of milk into it, making it a colloidal solution. Now I'll show you the path of the light. Can you see the path of light now? Can you see the path? It is visible. Okay. This is called the Tyndall effect. You have seen the scattering of the light. This exactly happened when when you drive the car during the winters, when there is a fog, you see the path of the light. When you go into the cinema theater, you see the path of the light. When you go into the kitchen, when your mom is cooking food, there are so many heavy particles in the air, and the light coming inside from the window, the sunlight is got scattered, and you see the path of the light again. So it has a lot of applications in our daily life. Okay, I have another activity for you. I have a scale on the tip of my fingers, you can see, and it is not balanced. The scale is little more from the part of the scale is little more from here, and it is little less from here. I'm simply removing my fingers, and you will see how the motion of the scale will take place on its own without. You can see this finger is moving on its own, but that finger is at rest. The moment we reach at the center, now this finger is also started moving, and we reach exactly at the center. Now the scale is 24 centimeter long, and my fingers, strike exactly at 12. Right. So this is the center of mass. So there are so many other activities which we can perform. Before that, I'll do one more activity for you. That is known as the free fall or the Galilean invariance. I have the ball with me. You can see this is a ball, right? And I have the feather, the pigeon's feather. But we do not have the 100% vacuum at room, so it might flow like this. So because of the surface area. So what I made the same mass, but I took the piece of paper rather than the feather. So I'll go to a certain height, and I'll show you. I'll ask you which one will fall first. The mass is totally different for these two bodies. One is extremely light in milligrams. Another is like 10 grams approximately. So we'll see which will fall first. So I'll go to a certain height. I hope the ball, you can shift the camera a little bit more. I hope the ball, okay, let me come down. You can see the ball and the piece of paper now, right? They are exactly at the same height, but they are totally in different mass. So I am right now feeling like Galileo 350 years ago. He also, went into the roof of his college building and took two bodies of different masses and proved that the free fall is independent of the mass. It is actually totally dependent upon the gravity under which the things are falling down. So you can place the camera so that the students can see which one will fall first. You need to have a very clear vision for that.
I think Rahul sir, you got muted.
I hope you have seen the ball and the piece of the paper both strikes the ground at the same time. So this is the one thing which I've done that. Now this activity, I'm still looking for the answer of this question. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. Now you can see the balloon, and I'm taking out all the airs what we used to call it abracadabra. Let's do that. Let me take out the volume. Okay. Oh, it's working. Abracadabra is working actually. The whole volume has gone out. So you have to tell me the answer of the same. It is related to pressure. Let me do one more activity. We have all seen that there is a bending of light along the obstacle. I'll do that for you today. You have to give me few seconds. Let me add some water into this bottle, and can I have little more water, please, quickly? Thank you. Please switch off the light. Okay, so thanks. So there is a light, and I hope you can see the water is falling out of the bottle, right? Can you see the water coming out of the bottle? Now I'm going to show you the path of the light along the obstacle. Can you see the path of the light along the obstacle? That is the light along the water droplets, right? This is a simple activity through which we learn that light bends along the obstacles, and the bending of light along the mass was theoretically determined by Albert Einstein without doing any experiment. And space and time bends, and the light follow the bending of the space and light, and it comes alongside. It happened after the discovery of the space and time by the Albert Einstein. After 50 years, there was a total solar eclipse. And because if there is a sun behind me, I can't see the objects behind the sun because sun is so bright. It covered the the backside of its space objects. So what happened is, when there is a total solar eclipse, because the sunlight now are not coming straight away to us, we'll be able to see what is happening behind. So the thing which is actually, like for example, if this object is behind the sun, the light actually bent alongside the obstacle, and you'll be able to see the object which is actually lying behind the sun. So this is another activity. I have so many more activity, but I'm still looking for the answer of this question. Okay, let's see who will give the answer. I have the last activity for today. I'll not take much of your time, and we'll see the strength of pressure and vacuum. I have this small piece of paper. I'm going to dip it into water. So I have some water, and I'm going to dip it in the water. And all right, so here we go. Can you please little bend the thanks. And there's a candle and the matchbox, if you can. All right, so I have a candle, and let me blow the candle. We light up the candle. Now you can see that. Okay, can you see the candle? And there is a piece of paper, and the I have the tray, and this is an empty glass. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create the vacuum inside the glass. Let me see the strength of that vacuum. Let the reaction complete. Okay, this is a slow reaction, rate determining reaction, chemical kinetics. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Science always wins. Right? Science always wins. Right, okay. All right, so these are all the experiments I made for today, and the answer of this question. There is actually a small hole. There is a hole. So what I did is, actually I covered this hole, but before that I have to fill the air inside in it. Then I close that hole. I lock the hole, and now the internal pressure and external pressure are balancing each other. The moment I release the hole, the gap, the pressure coming from outside inside the bottle, throwing away the volume which is present inside, in the balloon, and moving it out. It is not abracadabra, it is a pure science. So let me do it again. There we go. Right? Thank you so much. We'll carry on these kind of experiment in later stages also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was a really delighting session. The scientific world is certainly awe-inspiring. The more you explore, the more you get amazed. Proceeding ahead, we have few of our school students who have worked creatively upon some technical and scientific projects, considering the present times and its needs. So I would begin by calling Soumya Agarwal, who has worked upon a project of piano with Arduino. Let's see what's there in it.
Good afternoon, everyone. Tinkering is a way of understanding difficult problems, of wrapping our heads around them, and quantifying the unknowns. My name is Soumya Agarwal, and I'm here to present something in front of you all. Researchers have proven that coordinating movement through music may increase our sense of community and make us more social. So, I have made a simple project that is piano with Arduino and buzzer. Using Arduino, you push buttons and a piezo buzzer. A special feature of this project is that Arduino will record the last played set of tones and repeat those tones like a one-time record. This project can be helpful in understanding the sound capabilities of Arduino. It is time-saving, take 10-20 minutes to set up, and cost-effective. You just need to add some coding. The coding should be written in C++ language. Now let's play a random set of tones on this piano. Okay, so I hope you have seen how helpful the DIY is. So play, record, replay, and repeat. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.
Thank you, Soumya. That was indeed a beautiful presentation. I am sure it must have amazed our audience. And now we have yet another creative project by Nehal Rohila. So let's see what she has come up with.
Edward Teller once said, "Science of today is the technology of tomorrow." I, Nehal Rohila, wish you a highly spirited afternoon and would like to share my project Prakshalak, which means Project Sanitizer. Before the pandemic COVID-19, did we ever think to take a minute and sanitize our phones? Never, right? Our touchscreen devices are a breeding ground for germs. In fact, it's dirtier than a toilet seat. An average person checks his mobile phone approximately once every 12 minutes or 80 times per day. This means our hands are on our devices non-stop and they're likely to accompany us on nearly every errand and activity, perhaps even when we visit the toilet. But with the right approach, we can keep them cleaner. My motive is to prevent all kinds of bacteria and viruses which get collected over the screens of electronic devices. Nowadays, whenever we come back home, we make sure to sanitize ourselves, but we should also sanitize our portable electronic devices, especially mobile phones. So my machine will act as an easy way and also as a reminder. I know you all must be very curious to see how the machine works. We have to just switch on the power source, and now I'm letting the sensor sense my hand. I have used two motors in my machine. The first one helps to apply the pressure on the spray bottle, and the second one turns the stand to 180 degree. Your phone is fully sanitized. Easy peasy, right? Now the question arises, where to keep it? We can place it on a doorstep table, and whenever any family member comes, he or she has to just keep his or her phone, iPad or tablet on the holding stand and letting the sensor sense their hand and work its magic. Or we can also keep it on a bedside table in order to sanitize our devices before going to sleep. I hope it will work as a reminder too. Hereby concluding my presentation, I would like to acknowledge my gratitude and thanks to Honorable Principal Sir, respected Director Sir, Headmistress Ma'am, Head Senior Wing Ma'am, all the hardworking coordinators and my dear teachers for providing us this wonderful platform to express. May your day be filled with good thoughts, kind people and happy moments. Thank you.
That was beautifully presented, Nehal, and indeed a need of time. And now we have yet another project by Shivansh Jadeja of class 12, who has worked upon the project, the augmented reality glasses. So let's see what he has to present.
Good day, everyone. We are really thrilled and fortunate to be a part of this Atal Community Day today and to get this platform to put forward and share our ideas and research work. It is absolutely wonderful. Our project research is based on a revolutionary concept, a technology that can be used to aid people with hearing disabilities, understand and communicate with people conveniently. This concept is based on augmented reality, which can be seen as the dawn of the next generation technology. The problem, struggle of deaf peoples in the hearing world. The AR concept used in this is all done primarily for the deaf people, so as to help them communicate with other people in such a way that hearing doesn't hinder in the process. As a deaf person, one has to obviously face a plethora of issues in day-to-day life, be it talking and communicating with various people hassle-free, to relying on touch, difficulties in career prospects, misunderstandings caused by sign languages, or even slow communication. Deaf people have to suffer a lot, and here are some numbers to back their struggles. Also, the inefficiency of the present hearing aid make their life more difficult. Hearing aids, when hearing aids aren't used correctly or the wrong kind of hearing aid is used, there can be many side effects and they can make them feel even more uncomfortable. Some of the common side effects as a result are noted in the slide. That's how our project comes into action. You don't have to spend thousands of US dollar in order to get a cochlear implant and still be unaware of some questions like will it be reoccurring or what will be its side effects. Taking AR concept as a pillar, we shall be dealing with assistive AR glasses, which use the augmented reality technology to aid people improve convenience in their communication and usage of visual aid along with speech to text API. Let's head on to the working part to get an insight of the mechanism and procedure of this. So to understand working mechanism, let us understand its IPO cycle. So let us imagine a conversation between two pupils, let's say X and Y. To convey his message, X speaks and the audio get transmitted through air and is captured by the ear of Y and then sent to the brain of Y so that the message is interpreted. But in case if Y is a deaf person, then when X speaks the message, the microphones integrated into our glasses capture the audio and then send it to the silicon chip integrated in the project. As the audio reaches the silicon chip, the audio is converted into text by using a speech-to-text API. To demonstrate such an operation, we have written a Python code which performs this conversion perfectly. And here how it works. Let me show you the Python program. So here is a simple Python program which will just simply record my audio and then display it as text. So let me run the Python program.
Good afternoon, sir. Hello, I am Noni. I am a speech recognizer. Speak a sentence or a phrase to test me out.
Hello, speech recognizer. How are you? See, it just identified my audio and then converted into text. So we can use programs like this in our glasses. Now moving forward to the output, now that we have our input and the process, by using AR hardware, our project comes into life. By achieving visual AR via semi-transparent prism technique, we can project the converted text as captions directly into the view of the deaf person. And finally, this is how our project looks like. Now we have created a 3D model of the glasses using a program known as Blender, and let me show you how the 3D program works.
We applied the software Blender to execute this project. This is a spec of lightweight body. The lens is customizable. Sensors are also there. Distance sensing technologies, which typically measure distance. Microphones capture the there are batteries and computer chip too. Now let's move further to the AR projector. AR projector will project the text that is converted by the Python program speech to text converter. This trade will help you pursue an effective communication. Now let's integrate all the parts of the product to form a real world scene. This is complete
Shivansh, it looks like that you're muted. You will have to unmute yourself.
Just a second.
We applied the software Blender. It is customizable. Camera and depth sensors are also there. Distance sensing technologies, which typically measure distance. Capture the audio of the speaker. In addition to this, there are batteries and computer chip too. Now let's move further to the AR projector. AR projector will project the text that is converted by the Python program speech to text converter, and the text displayed will help the deaf person to do an effective communication. Now let's integrate all the parts of the product to form a real world scene. This is a complete project. That is how the project will look like when it will come to reality. As you can see, there is a deaf person wearing our AR glasses product. Now suppose if a person will come there to communicate with him, then the integrated circuit will convert the speech to text, and the text will be displayed through our AR projector. This is how the communication will be possible for a deaf.
As a conclusion to my presentation, I would like to say that hearing impairment is a complex disability. Its impact on quality of life can vary greatly depending on the degree and type of hearing loss. In this project, we primarily use visual augmented reality to display the words spoken by a person to real-time captions using a speech-to-text API. So, to make the communication much easier, this research implies the willingness to integrate into hearing society is a key factor behind social inclusion of the hearing impaired. Thank you.
Thank you, Shivansh. That was an equally amazing project. And now, after this creative and satiating venture of community service, I would like to request our Honorable Principal Sir to please enlighten us with his words, as he has always encouraged us to fly with our aspirational wings and spread positivity around. So, sir, please guide us with your words of wisdom. Sir, please.
Thank you, Pratham. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak and address over here at this platform. In fact, this is a very, very happy and a proud afternoon for all the Balbhavanites, where I have seen my young students, showing their wings to the world. And that actually means a lot to us. So, at the outset, I would like to thank Honorable Director Sir for all his guidance and mentorship, who has always motivated us to move ahead. Kavita ma'am, Neha ma'am, all coordinators, my entire staff members, my colleagues who have actually ensured that such kind of excitement is always there amongst the children, so that they're guided, they're motivated to try new things. I'm really very happy to see your performances this afternoon, students, and the projects that you have shared. I think that will add value to our society if these actually become the tools that we can use for the disabled, like what Shivansh has just shared with us. So I think that's a wonderful tool, and if that get patented, and if we are able to see how it works at a later stage, and sometime later if it comes in the society where the children, the society, the masses at large will be benefited out of it. So kudos to you, Shivansh, and your all team members for your endeavor, and I think it's a very brilliant idea that you have put forward. At the same time, since we are celebrating ATL Community Day, it's an honor for Balbhavan family to have hosted this ATL Community Day on the birth anniversary of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar ji, who himself was a visionary. He was a man behind the constitution of the country, and he planned it with the team members. And the way the Constitution of India has come out, where we are all given the rights equally, we are told about our responsibilities as the citizen of the country, and how we can ensure that our country flourishes and moves ahead and become a leader amongst the nations in the world. So I think the vision was very clear when he said that freedom of mind is the real freedom. A person whose mind is not free, though he may not be in the chains, is a slave, not a free man. And I think these are very strong words that he mentioned. And we must all, at this juncture where we are talking about ATL Community Day, I think the purpose, the idea of Niti Aayog celebrating his birth anniversary as a community day is that because he has worked a lot and a considerable amount to uplift the society and ensure that all segment, all strata of the society is touched upon, and everybody receives the equal opportunity to go ahead and flourish. And I think my students, with the help of their teachers, have wonderfully taken up the initiative. Even during this pandemic, I'm sure the parents must have some inhibitions to send the children to the orphanages, and there would have been concerns about the the virus, the contamination, but still these children took up the charge and they went ahead. I am sure these children are going to be the future leader of the country, who are going to create the pathways for others to be followed for long. And I think that is the way ahead, and that's what the idea of Niti Aayog is, that we need to touch upon each and every segment and sector of the society. What we are doing at Balbhavan, if we are able to reach out to the people, and believe me, there is an abundance of talent out there. And we must acknowledge it. The moment we start acknowledging it, we'll see that we are able to we are able to move ahead as a team, as a country, as a nation, and that will be very fruitful for this country. And of course, when I see that my young talented girls of the schools, when they were out for this community work, it gives us all the more encouragement. I think Gauri and Gargi, Prisha, Shruti, Anushka, 5 of you were there who went out to Robin Hood Army Academy to carry out your project work. Whether it was a small start, but I must congratulate you and congratulate your parents to have allowed you to move out. I think it takes a lot of courage for the parents to send the girls during this pandemic and ensuring that the children's, they are able to come out of their shells and move ahead. So hats off to these parents and their commitment to promote these girls' talent, the children to move out. So I think truly they deserve a lot of appreciation. Of course, my young talented Ansh, Priyanshu, Sakshay and Lakshay, very well presented, and I think the way you have presented your helicopter project with them and the other lamp project with them, I think that truly deserves a round of applause. Very well done, children, and we really look forward that you're going to do the best in the future as well. Kudos to our ATL in charge, Mr. Raul Vadera, for bringing the talent ahead and on this forefront. And the way you have presented the abracadabra and whatever the science, magic and tricks, I think we always get mesmerized with these tricks, and the children actually look forward for such kind of opportunity where we are able to see. In fact, forget about the students. I myself get so much engrossed when we are presenting. I feel that that's the way forward, and that's what is tinkering all about. We need to come out. We need to tell these children, we need to tickle a little of our brain and find out the logic and the reasoning behind it. The moment we are able to do it, I think the work is done and the job is achieved. So students, what I wanted to tell you here is stop not. I know CBSE has yesterday announced that the exams are not going to happen for class 10th. The children who are going to be promoted to class 11 now. We are not too sure about class 12th examination as well. But what I feel is we at school at Balbhavan, the virtual school, what we did entire year 2021 was more than the examination. And that is what has meant. And I think that you need to keep that energy up and ensure that you are able to sail through. Forget about the examinations. Examinations will happen any given day, and that examinations are no parameter. In no way they can measure your talent. I've seen students who've just scored about 75%, 80% in their board examinations in class 12th, and today they are CEOs and the executive engineers in their companies and heading multinationals. So I think that's the way forward. We are not looking for people who are able to score 100 or 100 in this nation. We are looking for the talent who are able to sensitize and reach out to the masses. You should be able to lead your team. That skill is something which is very, very important. And I think the way today the Atal Community Day, ATL Community Day has been celebrated, I believe that the need of the skill management is something that has been highlighted upon. And CBSE itself is now introducing a lot of skill subjects, and keeping that in view, keeping up with the trend, Balbhavan has also initiated a lot of skill subjects in class 11th. So if the children of class 10th are listening to me, in a couple of days, we're going to roll out the subject preference forms to you. You will be asked to select your subject preferences, wherein we are allowing you to choose one of the skill subject as a sixth subject that you would study in class 11th and 12th. The school has already initiated marketing, banking. We've initiated ECCE. We have initiated painting also this from the last batch onwards. And I think these subjects are the demanded subjects in the society. And once our children are able to, learn through these technical subjects, skill subjects, I think that's the way forward. And I think some of our science students have opted marketing as their skill subject in class 11 and 12. And that is actually helping them a lot, because some of the students who are probably aiming to do IITs and complete their engineering and land up into marketing in class 11 and 12 will actually give them a flavor if that is the stream that you are looking forward to or not. We have introduced ECCE, which is talking about the early childhood education. And I think that is the way forward. Any of you who's willing to take up teaching as your profession, I've seen some talented children who went out today, presented their videos. You went out. I think you have the spark of becoming a good teacher. So maybe if when you are in class 11 and 12, you can choose ECC as your subject, touch upon the lives of many and create new leaders and future leaders for this country. We definitely need committed and dedicated teachers who are going to lead and ensure that new leaders, new trendsetters are created, new individuals are identified who can actually help this nation flourish. So I really wish all the very best to all my students and congratulate all the teachers for their endeavors in ensuring that a spark of tinkering is left amidst the children, so that they are able to move ahead, they are able to tinker, and they are able to identify what they would want to do for this society, because the purpose of education can only be achieved. It's not about just writing the examination and qualifying. I think if we are not able to return back to the society, if we are not able to give it back to our country, I think the purpose of education can never be achieved. And today what we are facing in this society is because of the lack of self-discipline. If today we are standing at the verge of lockdown, it's because our education system cannot teach self-discipline to the children. And the people who are now, adults and into the jobs, in the name of earning money, what we are doing is we are roaming around in the society, we are roaming around in the roads and not wearing the mask and not following the protocols. I think that is something that we cannot accept. And today over here, I stand tall and I can proudly say that we at Bal Bhavan are ensuring that my children are inculcating the value of self-discipline. And that is very, very important. Students, the future lies on you. You have to decide whether you have to become the laughing stock of the corona, or you would want to defeat it by following the protocols. Let your parents realize and tell your adults and the family members that they need to follow the protocols. This is high time we acknowledge the importance of self-discipline in our lives, and that then only we can ensure that our society is going to be in the safe hands, and that is what is very, very important. With these words, I once again thank each one of you for your patient hearing, and looking forward for many more events in the academic session 2021-22. This was one of the beginning, and I think we've marked a considerable great beginning for the session 21-22. I congratulate once again to all my teachers and students. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. It is always a pleasure and delight to hear from you, as you motivate us to pave our ways to rise high and walk with advancements.
Certainly, there's a lot more to technology. The more we excavate, the more we gather into our bounties. All we need is to find ways to channelize our aspirations and develop techniques which contribute to sustainable development. With this, we come to the end of the event. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of this event.